Welcome back to First Up. We're taking you straight to the breaking news we're tracking at this point. Terrorists have targeted a CRPF camp in North Kashmir's Bandipora. The terror attack was on the headquarter of 45 battalion of CRPF, which also was Braveheart Chetan Cheetah's battalion. 4 terrorists who were involved in this attack have been completely eliminated. All our forces are absolutely safe, is what we're learning. The gunfight is over. And we have our executive editor, Gaurav Sawant, who's joining us as well. Gaurav, a great feat for our security personnel, isn't it?
So the information we have at this point of time is around 3:45 this morning. 4 terrorists targeted the 45th Battalion location at 2 different places. The sentry was alert. The sentry immediately fired back. The terrorists were neutralized, but even before they could change their tack, because one information that's just filtering in seems to indicate that the terrorists tried to run away, but that's the time that the army and the Jammu and Kashmir police, they also reached the spot. The terrorists were trapped and killed.
Right, so can we call this an Uri-style attack like we've seen in the past in Pathankot, in Uri and other places where the camp has completely come under attack?
So this was the attempt, but there are reactions that are coming in, LV. Let's quickly try and listen into reactions of the CRPF personnel that are coming in. They're also celebrating. Just a short while back, we spoke to the Director General of the Jammu and Kashmir Police. We'll also play that out, but let's listen into reactions that are coming in.
काट दिए थे इधर से और फिर इधर आकर अपना पोजीशन लिया। कल तुम्हें घुसने के चक्कर में थे, लेकिन हम लोग तुरंत जगह पकड़े, अपना पोजीशन लिए और फायर झोंकना शुरू कर। ये कितने बंदे थे? ये सर 4 बंदे थे। 4 बंदे। हम लोग 4 बंदे मार के गिरा दिए। रिकवरी कुछ हुई? नहीं सर, रिकवरी मैगजीन वगैरह साहब हमारे ले गए उधर जी, हेडक्वार्टर में ले गए। हमारे से बीएमओ साहब, जाट साहब थे उसी। टोटल कितने थे? टोटल 4 उग्रवादी थे सर। 4।
We have Mr. SP Ved, the DGP of Jammu and Kashmir Police, who's joining us on the phone line. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us at this point. Have all the terrorists who were involved in this gunfight been eliminated, sir? And what is the situation now at this point?
Situation is absolutely under control. Today, in the wee hours, around 4 a.m. in the morning, these 4 terrorists, probably numbering 4, attacked the CRPF 45 Battalion camp, and the fire was retaliated and the sentry was alert. The encounter ensued. In the meanwhile, fire stopped. Reinforcement was rushed from the J&K police and army, and when the light broke, search was conducted. 4 bodies of the terrorists were recovered by CRP, army and the local police, and apparently they are looking for a terrorist, and a huge quantity of arms and ammunition has been recovered from them.
Right, so how long did the encounter last?
The initial exchange of fire was for, I think, about 20-25 minutes, but then when light broke, the reinforcement reached. The exchange of fire again continued for some time, and all these 4 terrorists have been eliminated. There is no damage on the security forces side. I compliment the alertness of the Jawans and officers.
So this is the same battalion that Braveheart Chetan Cheetah belonged to, who also braved terrorists the same way as our personnel at this particular camp did.
That's right, that's right. Great work job done by the boys. I compliment them.
Sir, is this a suspected suicide attack?
Yes, it is suicide attack.
Joining me now on the broadcast is Zulfikar Hassan, the Inspector General of Operations CRPF. Sir, what more can you tell us about these operations?
Well, what I can say is that when the Fedayeen struck in the morning at 3:45, our sentry was very alert, and as soon as they lobbed grenades at the sentry, they lobbed 7 grenades at the sentry post, and the retaliation was quick and effective. The sentry was joined in by the other CRPF men all around, and the encounter lasted for about 45 minutes. After that, we were joined in by the JKP police, and ultimately when dawn broke out and the search took place, we could recover the 4 suspected foreign terrorist bodies. along with 4 AK-47s, one fitted with UBGL, hundreds of ammunition, and more than a dozen grenades.
Sir, this large quantity of ammunition, Mr. Zulfikar Hassan, that you point out, 4 AK-47, UBGL, large quantity of ammunition, what does this indicate? What were these terrorists in for?
They were in for a long fight. I think their plan was that they would enter the camp and create havoc. However, because of the alertness of the CRPF there, their plans could not materialize and they were neutralized.
Sir, brilliant operations by the CRPF, and this perhaps points to the fact, Mr. Zulfikar Hassan, that if standard operating procedures are followed, then these terrorists can be neutralized even before they can enter the camp, sir.
Yeah, absolutely, and we dedicate this to the bravery of Chetan, because it is Chetan's battalion. Now, one cheetah has got injured, but there are many cheetahs in the CRPF, and the current cheetah who is heading the battalion retaliated very effectively, and this one is for Chetan.
That's brilliant, sir. That's brilliant. So one cheetah has inspired an entire battalion of cheetahs and perhaps the entire CRPF. But what does this also indicate, Mr. Zulfikar Hassan? These, you said, appear to be foreign terrorists, and some time back there was intelligence inputs that a large number of them are waiting to cross across the line of control. So what do you see happen in the coming days and weeks in the valley?
I think in the coming days there may be further attacks, because this is the month of Ramzan, and it's a sensitive month, and though it's a very holy month, but still they have shown that they don't believe in the holy Ramzan, and they have carried out these attacks in the month of Ramzan. And but we are ready, and we are ready for more attacks, and if they come again, they shall meet the same fate.
Oh, absolutely, Mr. Hassan. We are confident of the CRPF, but sir, do you think that more such attacks, when they happen, there are some things, there are some lessons that are to be learned, that perhaps security forces could be more proactive, hunt them before they attack, sir?
Absolutely, that is also going on. We have proactive operations in the valley which are going on to, number one, to stop infiltration, and number two, get them as soon as they infiltrate. That is our aim, but at times certain numbers manage to get in, sneak in, and come into the hinterland, and they carry out such attacks. However, they are alert, and the biggest lesson learned is that we have to be alert, and alertness wins the day. Today, the CRPF was alert, the sentry at the post was alert, and the attack was retaliated.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. Alertness won the day. There are very important lessons here as far as the CRPF is concerned. You said Chetan Cheetah's gallantry has inspired a number of other cheetahs. But, sir, how long would these terrorists have been in our country? Where would their safe havens within our country be? Is that a pertinent question at this point of time?
Well, it's a fact that there are some terrorists which are operating, which have infiltrated, and they are in the hinterland. Operations are going on to catch them, and we shall continue with these operations.
Is the threat bigger in North Kashmir or South Kashmir, or is it equal in both places, sir?
Well, this attack has happened in North Kashmir, where you have greater threat of these foreign terrorists. However, South Kashmir remains the epicenter. That is the place where there are more attacks than North. So South Kashmir still remains the main challenge.
Mr. Zulfikar Hassan, Inspector General of the CRPF, for the moment, many thanks for speaking to us here at India Today. So these appear to be foreign terrorists. The organization of these terrorists still to be verified. Mr. Hassan, if you're still with us, do we know the organization of these terrorists, sir?
They seem to be LET, Lashkar-e-Taiba.
They belong
to LET.
They belong to the Lashkar-e-Taiba.
That it seems to be, but it's subject to confirmation.
Sir, this entire operation that's simultaneously being carried out in Jammu and Kashmir, in the Kashmir Valley, to go after those who fund these terrorists, to go after those who hide these terrorists, the operations that are on in South Kashmir and this one in North Kashmir, is there a change in your tactics? Is there a change in your posture in the valley?
We are definitely much more aggressive, and various agencies are operating together, which is a very good thing. I mean, The NIA is operating on a different level. We are operating on the field. The JKP, the Indian Army, everyone is together in this, and that is, I think, the biggest winning thing which we are doing right now is that everyone is in it together with great cooperation and coordination.
Your convoys remain vulnerable of the security forces, like we saw in Kazigund a couple of days ago. We lost 2 army soldiers there. What needs to be done to ensure that the convoys and camps remain more secure to these terrorists from attacks from these terrorists, sir?
See, the convoy passes through the national highway, which is a very long stretch. And the terrain is really bad. However, we've been able to reduce the number of attacks in the convoys. In the last 7-8 months, there have been only 2 attacks on the convoy. And in the coming days, we hope that we shall be able to make our convoys more secure.
Mr. Zulfikar Hassan, many thanks for joining us here on India Today. So this is a big development. Chetan Cheetah's battalion has inspired a number of other cheetahs, as Zulfikar Hassan, Inspector General of the CRPF, told India Today. They were successful. Standard operating procedures were followed. The sentry was alert. 4 terrorists were neutralized, and now it appears that these are Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists from Pakistan, foreign terrorists who attacked an CRPF camp. The CRPF fired back, reinforcements came in, and these terrorists were eliminated. The Jawans are happy. There are reactions that are coming in. Let's try and listen in.
अपना पोजीशन लिए और फायर झोंकना शुरू कर।
ये कितने बंदे थे?
ये सर 4 बंदे थे।
4 बंदे।
हम लोग 4 बंदे मार के गिरा दिए।
रिकवरी कुछ हुई?
नहीं सर, रिकवरी मैगजीन वगैरह साहब हमारे ले गए हैं उधर। जी। हेडक्वार्टर में ले गए हैं हमारे से यूनियन से जाट साहब थे उसी।
टोटल कितने थे?
टोटल 4 उग्रवादी थे सर।
4।
हाँ। अभी संख्या कर दिए हम लोग।
So 4 terrorists came in. They came with a large quantity of arms and ammunition. And I want to quickly bring in India Today's Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu for more on the story. Kamal, 4 AK-47 assault rifles, under-barrel grenade launchers, hundreds of rounds of ammunition. These terrorists came in for the long haul.
Absolutely, Gaurav. What is really important is that these were 4 Pakistan-based terrorists. We've been told they wanted to gain an access inside, take a vantage point and prolong the encounter. What is also important is that the information coming in is that they were carrying a huge quantity of incendiary material, something that they've used in Uri also. That means take an access and then burn down the camp. That was spoiled at the very first attempt, the first terrorist getting killed in the first few minutes. The other 3 terrorists who were still firing then retreated, but then were ambushed by the Jammu Kashmir police. It was a very successful operation. The army was also called in later as reinforcement, but we've been told there was a heavy exchange of fire once the 3 terrorists retreated. There were bunker vehicles which were kept in vantage point taken by security forces. So extremely important information coming in now. And we've been told that this is possibly a fresh infiltration bid which has taken place, after which this attack has taken place. And remember, North Kashmir, Gaurav, you and I know, have been a point of concentration where infiltration bids are taking place. In the past 1 month itself, more than 20 terrorists getting killed in North Kashmir.
Oh, absolutely. A quick break at this stage. Kamal, I'm coming back to you. We'll go to other guests and experts on this big story. It's a huge success for the security forces. Hats off to the Central Reserve Police Force and the Jammu and Kashmir Police for successfully eliminating 4 Pakistani Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists. A hugely successful operation in North Kashmir's Bandipora. 4 Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists eliminated by the Central Reserve Police Force. This was an attack that took place at the 45th Battalion location. Now, terrorists struck early in the morning at 3:45 in the morning. The sentry was alert. He fired back in the initial firefight. 1 terrorist was killed. Now, both the Director General of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, SP Vaid, and Inspector General Operations, Zulfikar Hassan, told India Today that these were foreign terrorists. They came with assault rifles, under-barrel grenade launchers, hundreds of rounds of ammunition. And as Zulfikar Hassan, the IG Operations, told India Today that Chetan Cheetah's battalion has inspired an entire battalion of cheetahs. They fought bravely and the 4 terrorists were eliminated in a 45-minute long firefight. As the terrorists tried to retreat, the Jammu and Kashmir police came and surrounded them, and the terrorists were trapped. Firing started from 2 sides, and within 45 minutes, the 4 Pakistani terrorists were neutralized. Hundreds of rounds of ammunition recovered from this. And a very important point made by Zulfikar Hassan, the Inspector General of the CRPF. This is the holy month of Ramzan. But one thing is very clear. There is nothing holy for these terrorists. They don't believe in the holy month of Ramzan. They've been eliminated, but there is clear and present danger of more terrorists who could strike at army, CRPF or JKP camps in the coming months. CRPF jawans celebrating. Let's listen in.
CRPF sada jai! CRPF sada jai! CRPF sada jai!